Mic'd up.
Highlights from Lowlifes. Highlights from Lowlifes.
Welcome to another episode of Highlights from Lowlifes. Tonight we have a special guest on the show. Joining Marty, Robbie, and I is our good friend Jim Haywood. Jim's son Philip was on our show a while back. Philip works for the Greenville Drive back east. Jim has a unique job. He is what we call a venue technician, a Major League Baseball venue technician. And for those of you going, what the hell is that? It is related to the replay that you see when the umpires have to go over and review the equipment to see if a play can be overturned by a challenge on the field. So Jim maintains that equipment. The job itself has changed a little bit over the years. It used to be they would carry around the equipment for the umpires, but now it's stationed in one of the dugouts. So Jim is doing this for a lot of the games that happen in San Francisco for the Giants and in Sacramento for the A's. And today we thought it would be kind of fun to get him on the show and learn a little bit more about what his job is, what some of the other jobs are that he comes across as he's doing his job, and what are some of the players and coaches that he's been interacting with during his time doing this job. Jim and I have known each other for a long time. He was my landlord at one point, and we also have played some fantasy baseball together, along with Marty and Robbie. So we know him very well. Jim started his career with the fire department and has worked in security. He's also worked for Black Hawk Country Club out here. And today he is spending most of his time doing the venue technician work.
So he can't keep a job.
Welcome.
Yeah,
he can't
yeah,
keep
there
a
was,
job.
yeah.
So welcome to the show, Jim.
Hi, guys.
And, so
Welcome.
why don't we start off? First of all, give us a rundown of what I know that there's two different venue technician jobs, if I have that right.
Correct.
Tell us what those two jobs are.
So the first job I started off in 2018 with was a headset tech, which what Rob just mentioned, that I would go in the field and give the headsets to the umpires. Well, that signal still works when the coaches do see them during games and they want to do a replay. This dude's here. That means they want to do. We used to go on the field with a bag. I would hand the gear to the umpires, make sure my two they call it clear comms. The clear comms are on. Push the button, hand to the umpires, and I would kind of listen to what they would say. Well, I had to because they're a foot away from me.
Hold on, real quick. Where are they communicating with?
Where and who?
Yes.
Back to Secaucus.
Say one more time.
I didn't stutter.
No, but it's not a normal name. So one more time.
Secaucus,
New Jersey.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Thank you.
So these clear comms are hooked up to, they're pre-plumbed into the stadium, which goes back to Jersey. We'll clean up and go with New Jersey. It goes back to New Jersey. Yeah. It goes back to New Jersey. And what they will do is they'll put them on and they'll say, hey, this is Marty in San Francisco. We got a call at second base. We ruled him out. Padres are overturned. They think he's safe. So, of course, the Jeopardy music comes on the stadium and everyone's waiting and we're waiting and we're waiting. And then all of a sudden, okay, got it. And he will repeat back what they said to him on the headsets from Jersey, because they've watched it from different angles across different cameras and what have you. So then they will come out and they will take the headsets off, hand it to me, and they'll walk over and they'll say, hey, the Giants lost the replay. He was out. Padres will keep the replay. And we go back off the field. So that was in 18-19. That's when I started in 18 actually, and that's went until after COVID. And during COVID, I was doing about 30 games a year. And then COVID hit. I did, I think, 5 at best because it was shortened season, and we had other people that could do other functions at the time. I could not. So that's a headset technician, they call it. Who's doing headsets this game? That's how we kind of talk. And we all have assignments during the day. It was 3 of us at a game, and I do headset tech, and I can do a thing called venue tech. What the venue tech does is we have a ballpark cam. Every stadium in MLB has a ballpark cam, and it's in third base, on the third base side. Whether it be home or visitors, it's on the third base side. So I'm sorry, except for the Padres, I think it's on the the Dodgers on the first base side. But that camera we test that camera before a game, and the reason we test that is because I'm gonna make a number up here. Let's say Matt Chapman hit 5 home runs today. I'm just making a number up. MLB might want to have an interview with him after the game. And our term is called a hit. It's called a hit, and we have a hit with a player. My last hit I had was with Mason Miller. He was reliever of the month for the month of April, and so early May we had a hit with him. And that camera goes right back to Jersey. I don't care what it is. We have headsets, same thing. We test it out, and our term is called faxed. FAX''D. We faxed it out. So that's the 2 positions, and that's kind of a thumbnail thing of what they do, what we do.
Cool.
But also there's other chores we do too. Amongst, it's just not that. We also do the we test the clocks before the game, so you see pitch clocks all around. The clocks wind down. We test those. There's 7 positions for timeouts, for commercial timeout, for broadcast, for mound visits, pitcher change. There's just 7 different positions of a clock that we use. Runner on base, no one on base. So that, not us. There's someone from MLB who works the clocks upstairs in the press box. That is their position, their job. But before the game, we test that. Now that's one little aspect. We also test the phones in the bullpen to the dugout. Also, both bullpens have 2 phones in them because it was too loud at some of the stadiums. One they couldn't hear. So, to be quite honest, in San Francisco, they're both in the bathrooms out in the bullpen. It's very quiet. You can hear what's going on. So one by the pole or where the players sit, and one in each bathroom in San Francisco. So, and we test those phones, and we test the replay. I have to go up in the clubhouse of each team, and we put the replay up there where the clubhouse is down to the dugout, and make sure it works too. We say, hey, dugout, visit dugout. Our buddies up there, the guy we work with is up at the clubhouse, and that's that. And the last phone we check is the press box. We adjust the press box. Yeah, I don't know why, but we do, and that's
Cool.
it. That's
Cool.
kind of that. But it takes a long. And we test the PA with the speakers now the umpires have is those PAs to talk, a call or a challenge play and this and that. So we test the speakers and the whole PA of the whole stadium. Speakers, the whole PA in the whole stadium.
Great. Hey, thanks. So Marty, you got something for Jim?
Yeah. So okay, the game's at 7. It's in San Francisco. What time do you need to be there, and what's the process of going of your day? You're the and your job is the tech guy. Okay,
I got you. 2:00, 5 hours. 5 hours. 5 hours before first pitch.
Okay.
Monday through Friday. On weekends, 4 hours before first pitch.
Okay.
And we walk in the stadium, and we have our codes to get in. We all have lanyards that have our names on them. I think you guys have seen me. I've been to you guys in games before, and that's our pass to get in. It's just credentials. We'll call them credentials, and we get in the stadium that way. And we go to our room, and we have a combination to get into our room. We get in our room, get our gear, head out to the field, and we just do our duties. We don't tell each other what to do. We know what to do, and we just do it. But it's the duty that I was telling you we do all the pregame stuff. And then a half hour prior to the game, we go back out in the field, and we look. That ballpark cam has been up in the air since 2:30, 3 o'clock. It's been up in the air, and they can just be watching batting practice or watching the dugout. It's just like a little rotating thing on it, and they can see what's going on in the dugout. They can watch batting practice. And half hour prior to the game, we go out and we call it back to MLB, and we say, "This is Jim in San Francisco. Can you lower the camera, please?" No problem. Done deal. And we also test those headsets again half hour prior to the pitch. We called back to New Jersey again. And then after they got, so after that, I worked a game last weekend in Sacramento, and I got a call. And so I always keep my phone in my pocket. I always keep my hand on it just to know it's just noisy. The Yankees were in town, and so I got a call that the second base umpire, his, I didn't really say this, but he's got a bolero. That's what they talk with, and so watch the games behind his back, on lower back on his belt. It's called a bolero or belt pack, whatever you want to call it. It's all pre-wired. Again, someone tests that too before the game too. But he now back in New Jersey, they called me to say, hey, the second base umpire, Dan Iasaga, he's the crew chief. His belt pack's not working. So great. During the second inning, third inning, I had to go on the field. It's only 15,000 there, and I can't screw up. Among 15,000 people. I was scared, to be honest. I was scared, not scared, just nervous. Like I never got in front of 40,000 people in my first time working in San Francisco. But tell you what, now it's no big deal. But doesn't bother me a bit. But
Cool.
that's kind of that. 2:00, and then after the game, we put our gear back in, and once we're done, lock the door. What times are what times are out time? We call it, and 10:30 is our out time, and we log our out time at 10:30 and 2:00 to 10:30. That's our day.
Wow.
It's a full day. Wow.
Along. I didn't say this, but I think this is a great week because I'm not working. No one's in town. Both teams are out of town. But during the like next week, I'm working it almost every day. But Thursday, I'll probably have 7 to 8 emails a day from MLB about who we're going to interview, if we interview, or if they send a blanket email to all 300 of us. That's how many people are across the stadium, because there's 5, 6 at each stadium, and whatever it is, and do the math real quick there. It's about 150 people. So we get there'll be interviews in Padres, Rangers, down to Florida, Washington, all over, and it doesn't pertain to me, but I still got to read it. So it's just a moving part all the time.
Cool.
Great.
Hey, Robbie, you got one for him?
Yeah, when you first started, you guys used to have the big old like camcorder backpack thing that you took out on the field and holding up all the gear for the umpires and all of that stuff. Clearly, that has changed. But in more detail, what has changed since the days when we could actually see what you were doing to now? We're not sure if you're working or not.
Right. It's a great question. So what has changed this year from last year is the guys used to have pitch comms. The term is pitch comms. They're like 1 by 1 and Velcro, and they used to put them under their sweatbands. What they are is just they are pitch comms. When the pitcher is time limit's up, that belt pack I told you is on his back vibrates, as well as the little thing that you can't put in your slacks in your pocket. You just won't feel it. It's so small, you might not feel it. But you put it in your sock, your sock on your ankle, and under umpire might put under sweatband. It'll vibrate. That's a pitch violation. That's only that's used for, is a pitch violation. We don't use that anymore. We've used that for years, 5, 6 years. We've used that little pitch comm, and now each umpire has his own pitch comm. He got it delivered to his house, I was told. It's on him. He's taking care of it. So that's changed. And of course, you guys don't see us on the field at all, to be honest with you. Now that the umpires talk amongst themselves, but don't get me wrong, I got to pay attention to what's going on. See, because we test them, 3 or 4 times before the game. Somehow the games, we don't know. And I'll get a call from MLB because they know what's going on. They know what's going on. So go out and talk to the second base umpire, see if it's even on. I've had MLB call me and say, hey, Jim, the second base umpire doesn't have his belt pack on, Polaro, whatever. I go, okay, no problem. So between innings, I have to go out to the home plate umpire, and say, hey, he doesn't have his belt pack on. He goes, okay. Then he might whistle and point to his back. Or he goes, you just want to go talk to him? Like, I'm going, I really don't want to go out to second base from home plate in San Francisco. Can you whistle? But whatever he wants to do, I do, and whatever the umpires say, you do too. So,
all right.
But going on the field is not as much anymore as it used to be. That's kind of the question too.
Yeah, I remember we used to start laughing every time. There's Jim. Jim's working tonight, because you could see you coming out on the field, and now you say you're at work, but we don't see you. So
I got, when you say we see him in the field, I couldn't tell how many times my phone would vibrate in my back pocket. My mom and dad, oh, I see you're working tonight, or Kim, or my sister in Boise, Kim's cousin, and I in Montana. They got my phone is just beeping like there's no tomorrow.
Yeah.
I get it. It's fun.
Before we move on, just real quick, in those old days when you used to go out with the headphones and the big old sound box and all of that stuff, you had pretty rigid regulations, if I'm remembering correctly, of what you had to wear on the field. Like,
Yeah,
if
black.
you were missing one thing, you could lose your job, right?
Yeah, that's correct. We used to wear black, black slacks. I wear black jeans, black shoes, and we had Mitel, Mitel, I believe was the sponsor back then. And we had that front. Your hat was front and center. Your Mitel shirt, sweater, jacket, zip up jacket, bam, Mitel. And then just after COVID or during no, just after COVID, we used to have that Zoom. We used to come out with a laptop, iPad. You guys remember that one?
Yeah.
What one season I think it was, just only one season. We have to go out, stand out there, and we had to talk before the umpires. Before they go, we know what's going on, we know what you're doing. Just stand about 20 feet from us. Do not have to stand next to us. Just stand about 20 feet. I get it. I got it, man. So that was our little indoctrination to it. But it was, I get it, and I just did what Emily kind of told us to do.
Yeah.
I forgot about that the
Yeah.
iPad thing.
Yeah.
Hey, Jim, the other day we were talking about this, and you mentioned your friend Lanny.
Oh,
And
Lanny.
Lanny's job is authenticator.
Correct.
What is an authenticator? What do they do? And what are some of the problems they run into when they're doing their job? Do they sit kind of next to you?
No. So there's two of them, one in each dugout. Okay. And so I saw Lanny this week in Sacramento. I said, "Hey, Lanny, hey Jimbo, what's up?" I said, "Nothing. That's got a day here. Since you got Yankees, yeah. What do you got going? What's your big ticket today?" Well, the shortstop for the A's is a call up. I think his last name's Wilson. Alex, I think it's Wilson. Anyway,
Jacob Wilson.
Jacob Wilson, yeah.
No, it's a call up. He came from the Pirates. He's a call up from the A's AAA. Jacob Wilson's on the IL, I think. So it's his first. It's his first. He goes, if he gets a home run today, I gotta get that ball back. I said, "Oh, really?" He goes, "It's his first ball, our first home run. I gotta get the ball back." So what his job, what his job is, any first of things, when I'm back in Oakland, they had the Astros were in town, and I said, "What do you got going?" He's a retired cop, and so he's kind of chewing back and forth, and he says, "If Tuvi gets a double, I need to get that ball back." Why is that? That's his 500th double. I'm making a number up. I don't know. It could be his 200th double, but he's got to get that ball back for MLB. He puts a sticker on it, and he put 0777, whatever it is. He will log it in his log 0777, and he's got the ball. And it goes back to MLB. Don't ask me why, where it goes. Just goes back to MLB. MLB is just quite a industry of stuff like that. I sent pictures to you guys of one of the authenticators underneath the bases. They will put authentic stickers under the bases. So they just do what they're told. They don't know why. But after the game, they grab the bases and they put them somewhere, and they get sent back to New York for bases. I don't know why, but he authenticates things like that. Also in Oakland, when Mason Miller was there, he was standing next to me and he was telling me, he goes, "Jim, I can pay attention to these pitch. Help me out." I said, "What's up?" He goes, "I've got to jot every pitch over 100 miles an hour that Mason Miller throws." Okay. He goes, MLB wants it because he's setting a record. Every pitch is 95% of his pitches are over 100 miles an hour. I make an example of, but that's his job to authenticate things. Before the games, he puts a sticker on all the score cards, the big 11 by 17s or whatever those big, you guys see them in dugouts. He puts stickers on them and they jot things down, and those things go back to MLB archives or whatever. But sometimes he has to get shirts after a guy pitches. He has got to get a shirt. Of course, after the first ball, they got to get a ball. They log it in. They'll give it to the coach. They give it to the guy for his mementos. But that's quite fascinating to what he does, and it's busy. It is very, very busy.
Cool. Hey, Marty, what do you got?
Were you there last week? You said last weekend you were there in I won't say Oakland, but it's Sacramento.
Sacramento, Sutter Health Park.
Were you there for the 13-run inning?
I was.
At first, I want you on two levels. First, as a professional in what you do, and then just as a fan, to see 13 runs in one stinking inning. What were your thoughts about that?
It kind of looked like batting practice. Just these guys are just ripping the ball. These guys are just. I think there might have only been one or two home runs. It was incredible. Just and then of course I sit in kind of the front row, and the fans are going. They're saying things I can't see on this air here, but they were just they were giving Kotsay the business. You know, it was a lot. It was incredible, and that was one run shy of the franchise record. They had 14 in 1920. 14 runs in one inning in 1920. The reason I know that is because the next day on Sunday, I happened to be in the lounge and lunchroom there, and the Yankees announcer was kind of chatting with everybody, and he said that they would have scored one more, it would have been a franchise. The tie would have tied the franchise record for 14 in one inning, which was in 1920. You want to talk about history and stuff? You sit in that lounge up there. There's guys talking about incredible stuff, just a great stuff to hear baseball. And sometimes I wish some of you guys would sit on my shoulders when I'm working, just to kind of like, wow, this is cool what you do. You get to see this stuff.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh yeah.
It's fascinating. It's just awesome. And these guys just regular Joes, you know. They're just regular guys. You know,
Yeah.
after the game I saw Judge 25 minutes just signing autographs. No, and that's the game they lost too, actually.
Oh.
They lost one game. I think they lost the game, right? I can't remember. I'm sorry, they all blend together. Whatever. I think it was the game they lost. He still's out there signing. It was pretty cool, you know.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, Robbie, what do you got?
So I'm curious. I mean, obviously, I don't want to embarrass anybody, but there had to have been a couple of funny things that have happened to you in the role or in front of you. Again, we don't have to call out any names, but there's got to be a couple of good stories.
Stories, like what I do from ball players.
Yeah, I mean, did you ever go out there and drop the kit?
No, I never. No,
but I mean, something must have happened, or somebody must have said something like, "Did the umpire that told you to stand back 20 feet, like
no,
brush your teeth?"
Okay, there's a couple. I got a couple. I was in Oakland, and thank God the guy's retired because I feel bad. So there's two guys with headsets on, and only one guy does the speaking back to New York. I didn't know that. So I handed the headset to one umpire on my left-hand side. I won't forget this. And I handed it to my guy on the right, Kerwin Danley. I handed it to him. He puts it on and adjusts his mic. I looked to the guy to my left, and he had it up in the air. I thought, oh, he doesn't know it. So one of them grabbed it and put it down. 1 second, it snapped it back up. Okay, I guess it stays up. Nothing was ever said. Nothing was ever spoken. I said, okay, it stays up. That was that, you know. I didn't know.
It's a teachable moment.
Yeah, I learned. That umpire has retired. I think Kerwin Downey's retired too. Yeah. That was no one knows that. I never told that story to anybody.
Oh,
nobody knows that story.
It's for it on video.
Oh Christ. Oh Christ. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, let's give Jim a break and talk about our sponsor.
Oh, so soon?
Yeah.
Wow. We're just flying along. It's been so riveting. As always, the Highlights from Lowlife show is sponsored by our good friends at Almanac Beer Company in Alameda, California. They're truly one of America's great craft brewers. We are, Jim is not, because Jim represents MLB and the organization, so he is not a partaker tonight of the beer that we are enjoying. I'm sure he's going to be thirsty and drooling by the time we're done talking about it. I'm drinking the Adventureland Pilsner. Such a flavorful, fun, easy drinking beer, yet still full of flavor. Really like this. And the label, we've talked about it many times before, is a map and a representation of the brewery. So it's a really cool thing to sit and stare at as you're drinking your beer. What you guys drinking?
So the good Lord is good to me. So guess what I found in the back of the refrigerator?
Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
It is by far our favorite, hands down, best beer that Almanac makes. This may be the best beer, period. And this is their Rocktoberfest. This is their Marzen beer for Oktoberfest season. And like I said, it's the best thing they make. Look at it, nice clear color, easy drinking, but that you get that nice Marzen taste of a Marzen beer at Oktoberfest time. So yeah, I got lucky today. So
No
thank you,
kidding.
Almanac.
Excellent. All right, I am going with the flow tonight.
Nice.
Almanac's West Coast IPA, the Flow. This one is the Happy, Chill, and Hoppy Almanac offering. I like this one. As Marty said, there's something about a smooth drinking IPA that makes it more tolerable than some of the other stuff on the market. This is definitely in my top 3 IPAs from Almanac, and that tells you how many IPAs they might have. I'm still a big fan of the Love, but the Flow will do just fine. So that's mine for tonight.
Hey, and we got a what you drinking call too.
JC here with a what you drinking. I'm having an Almanac Afterglow citrus wheat beer, crisp, refreshing, and zesty. To compare it to a Blue Moon would be an absolute insult to Almanac. This is a so much better beer.
I mean, that's the perfect way to go out, right?
Yeah, there you go.
So
yeah.
thanks to our friends at Almanac. It's delicious beers. Definitely seek them out. It's a fun place to go. You can go with the family. You can go with your friends. Dog friendly, kid friendly, video games, pinball machines, quiet areas, loud areas, the whole thing. It's a outstanding experience. It's a great afternoon. So stop by and visit the folks at Almanac. And if you do stop by, let them know you heard about them from the Highlights from Lowlife show, and they may take pity upon you.
Ah, very good. All right, Jim, we're back at it.
Okay.
When we were speaking the other day, you talked about the baseballs and the preparation that the baseballs go through. A little bit about the mud, a little bit about the humidor, a little bit about how many baseballs need to be prepared for each game. Give us some background on that. I thought that was fascinating.
So I got a buddy who does it. He works at MLB as well, and there's used to be 3 per game, 1 in each dugout, and a rover. Now they're down to 2 a game. What their jobs are basically is one's a ball guy. That was years ago, 3 years ago. 3 guys, 1 guy's a ball guy, and 2 were in the dugouts. Now they're down to 2, but they go through about 120 to 150 balls a game.
Wow.
Well, and they rub up about they rub up all 130, 140, 150. And then once those are all rubbed up, and it's usually by the clubhouse manager, the umpire attendant, someone who's got some, some pull or is up there, and they do it the right way. And there's a jar. I don't know the name off the top of my head, but I've seen it. And they take a little bit and they rub the ball up. And they're in the back of the umpire's room. I've seen there's a poster, and it's got the different colors of what the ball should. Too light, too dark, just perfect, too dark. Just it's got a little scale of what it should be. And that person tries to rub it to like a tan color, if a light tan, and that's his job. And he puts them in a big canvas bag, bag MLB/Rawlings around it, or whatever it says. And he brings it to the umpire room before the game, and the umpire goes to 15%, or as in supposed to, take out 10 to 12 or inspect 10, 12, 15 balls, and they're good for the game. Then he puts it over on the home base side where you'll see the bag. It's every home. That's where the bag of balls are. And I don't have any in there. There's not 150 in there now. There's probably 70. And every few innings, he'll go down and make sure, oh my gosh, we're in the 7th inning and we got about 30 left. I better go up to the humidor and get some more balls. And he'll come back, with some more balls put in the bag. Once they're done from a game, they're done. They don't go back in tomorrow's game. It's how that works, he told me.
Even the unused ones?
Unused, that's correct. Do they go to
Wow.
batting practice? I don't know where they go. I have no clue. I don't know.
That'd be an interesting question. Yeah.
I don't know where it goes. I have to ask when I go back to work next week, see if I think of that. But they don't get used, and they get Rawlings sends balls in, or or Wilson sends all the balls in cases because I've seen walk by the humidor when it's open. He's one of the guys in there, and they're logging balls and lot numbers on the side of the. But it's quite a detailed operation. But that's that, and I think a ball lasts about three pitches at best.
Nowadays, yeah.
Yeah, just with a scuff. Oh, does it feel good? Does it feel right? And that kind of stuff. So it is kind of interesting. I didn't know it until I started. No one knows. To be honest with you.
Mm-hmm. Hey, what do you got, Marty?
I was okay. So I was asked this question, or asked to ask this question.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna say, Nathan Lowe. James, take it from me.
Okay. Nathan Lowe. He was playing for the Rangers, and again, the team there's two buses, different times, different buses, early bus and late bus, and so he was on the early bus, and it's like 3:00, and he's in there having players having their lunch or whatever, playing. A lot of guys do crossword puzzles. When I walk by in Oakland, you can see what they're doing, and so he's seen me in San Francisco, and he's seen me in Oakland, quite a few times. So he stopped me. And he says, "Hey, I got a question, man." Sure. I'm going, "Oh my God, he's asking me questions." Wow. I said, "Sure, what's up?" He goes, "What do you do?" I went, "Oh boy." I said, "Well, just what I told you guys. I do that, and this is we didn't have the headsets, we had the other thing." And I said, "Right now, I'm bringing these walkie-talkies. Oh, we also have walkie-talkies throughout the stadium too, the bullpens, the clubhouse, as well as the dugout." And I was putting one in the replay room in Oakland for the Texas Rangers, and he was in his locker, and so I was telling him the story what I do, and he goes, "How long have you been doing this?" I said, "Oh, about 6, 7, 8 years." "Oh, really? What'd you do before?" I said, "I was a fireman." "Oh my God, you were a fireman?" "Yeah." So he didn't care about that. He wanted to hear about my fireman stories and this and that, and I said, I play golf too." "You play golf?" "Oh wow, yeah, that's cool. I play golf too." And then we started talking about clubs and this and that, and I said, "I hit Titleist and my clubs," and he goes, I have Callaways. I love them." And he said, "What ball?" Then we, typical golf guys, "Hey, what ball do you use?" I said, "What do you?" I said, I hit Provies. I like hitting Provies. That's what I hit." He goes, "Provies? Whoa, you must be a good player." I said, "And you got 6 months off. You got to be hitting the ball quite a bit too." He goes, "Oh yeah, I hit the ball." I said, "What ball? What do you use?" He goes, "I use Kirkland." "Kirkland? Those are cheap balls, man. You got to be kidding me." He goes, "Hey, I live in North Carolina. My country club's in the woods. My ball goes in the woods. I'm not going to go look for it." Okay.
That's a good point. That's a good
Yeah.
point. I never thought
Yeah.
of that. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's my Nathan Lowe story. He's a good dude. Good guy.
That's cool.
Cool. All right, Robbie, what do you got?
All right, I guess I'm going to ask the question that all of on this call. I mean, right now we've got one retiree and two nearing retirement, and probably most of our listeners are somewhere in that window as well. How did you get the job? Because this seems like the perfect dream job for a baseball head that has worked all their life, and now it's like you have this whole second career that may be more fun than anything you've ever done.
It is. It's fun. It's sometimes it's tiring because sometimes we have to double back. We got a night game on Wednesday. 2:00. We got to be here 2. And so you're done at 10:30. And guess what? We have to be back at 8:30, 9:00 the next morning for a 12:00 game.
Right.
So that's the drag. So like the third inning, sometimes I cut my head doing this. It's and that sun in San Francisco. Sometimes you drop your head. But how I got the job? So I did security for the A's. I was in the dugout. I worked security for the A's down there in the visiting dugout with another buddy of mine, and somehow he got asked to do the job, and he did it for one season, and he was doing both. He was double dipping, working security and working for MLB, and then at the end of the season, he said, "Hey man, they're looking for 2 more guys. I'd like to recommend you. You want to do it?" I said, "Oh yeah." I didn't have to think twice. I mean, there wasn't even a period end of his sentence. I said, "Yeah, I'm in. I'll do it." And then that was in 18, actually 2018. And I'm doing it ever since. He just kind of, we'll call it retired. This year, he's only got 2 more games for the rest of the season. He's 72 years old. His knees are shot. And he's done it for a while and he enjoys it a lot. But it's time to go. And I've quit security. I'm 90% done with my other side jobs. I just do baseball. And it's so much fun, I get a little antsy around March, like, okay, that schedule should be coming out there for us to work and stuff, And that's how I got the job, just being in the right place at the right time, to be quite honest with you, Rob. Serious.
Yeah.
Did you get
That's
any
awesome.
opportunities to do things like the World Baseball Classic and all of that when MLB
That's
sponsoring
funny.
or
That's
participating?
a great question. I did ask to do WBC in March. That's fun. And I got the kibosh. They have a team of guys that travel, and that's their World Series. And they're they wear a lot of hats. I wear two hats. When headset tech or venue tech, but they have a team that does it, and that's I'm on board with that. So I really don't
Right,
care.
right.
So
Yeah.
I've done one game. I did the Mariners in Seattle. I did the Mariners. They had an open spot, and I called my boss back in New York. Hey, you got an open spot in that's like 3 years ago. You got an open spot in Seattle. I'll be up there. You want it? I said, sure, I'll do the job. So I did. I knew what to do. Just got to point in the direction where all the stuff is, and I'll do it. So that was 2 years ago, 2024. Seattle and the Royals.
I was gonna ask if you had any chance to do any road games
Yeah,
outside of the
yeah,
A's and the Giants here.
yeah. So I also put my name in the hat to go to Vegas and work the A's games in Vegas in 2 years. So they'll be looking for people. It's like, you know what? Hey, I'm
Yeah.
retired. I'll go.
Yeah.
There's a couple of us who would like to go, and so we'll probably like rent an apartment, or we'll figure something out, man. Just we'll figure something out.
So if you go to Vegas, I mean, theoretically, big picture, you could recommend one of us for your job.
No. I'll be doing it. I'll be doing it.
No, I mean in at the Giants.
Oh, there's 6 of us.
Oh,
They're staying. I would do both. I would do both.
Yeah.
I'm going to fly in and fly
wow,
out.
you're
but-
going to
I'm not-
Southwest shuttle, huh?
What if one of these guys gets sick? Somebody slips something
Remember?
into one of their drinks or something like that. You'd be looking at something, right?
Well,
Hey, Robbie, it looks like we have a call from Mr. Haverkamp.
Mr. Haverkamp.
Yeah.
He was great in Caddyshack.
Oh,
This is Chachi from Pleasanton, and I have a question for Jim. Or can Jim speak to the unique security things that he does at the Giants Stadium, Database Stadium, versus what he may have to do in Sacramento regarding the umpires at the end of the game? Thanks.
interesting. So in San Francisco, we test the umpires, the belt packs that go in their back and stuff. We take them up to the umpire room, and we give it to the umpire attendant. Okay, that's like 2 hours prior to the game. Then it's that ball's in his court. It's over there in the umpire's room. And then after the game, we go up there, and he hands this little tote, a Tupperware tote of all those little boleros, belt packs that are in there, along with a thing called a rocker. He pushes that rocker to talk to you guys on the field and what have you. We get those, we bring them back to our office, and we charge them. So in Oakland, a lot different, because the umpires come out of center field. I don't know if you guys know that.
Mhm.
Did you guys know that? They come out of center
Yeah.
field, and they're wired up, come out. The umpire attendant wires them up and gets them ready to come out, and they're done. When they're after the game, we got to walk out to center field, the umpire's room, and he puts that little tote outside their door. We pick it up and we bring it back and put it back in the chargers. That's it.
Oh, well,
I mean,
thank you for your question, Chachi. First time caller, long time listener. All right. Hey, Jim, again, when we were talking about this the other day, we somehow got on the topic of torpedo bats. And I thought, I was wondering, how prevalent are those torpedo bats? I remember a few years ago, everybody was going to get those because
that was the hottest ticket.
The new thing. Everybody's batting average and home runs were going to go
triple,
up.
double. Yeah. I talked to the equipment manager for the Yankees Saturday or Sunday, whatever it was, and I asked him that question. I said, how many guys use it on the axe handle, the axe handle and stuff? He goes, that axe handle, that's gone. Not too many people. However, there are a handful of people that still use a torpedo bat. So I guess it's individual, team by team, whatever you want, player by player, that kind of stuff. I do know that every bat is, I know you guys know this, but every bat is specifically made to those guys' specs. whether it be a 34, 32, 31, 26, whatever it is. That's what they want, even the handle. I saw Paul Goldschmidt's bat. It's like a cork end of it's a funny, it's a real, I've never seen a bat like it. It's a funny design. And McNeil for the A's has a real small tapered one I saw when I was sitting in the game. Looked at his bat. I go, oh wow, that's never seen a bat like that either. So there's unique things that guys have that MLB takes care of.
Okay, we just got in a really, really important question from my friend John Rieger. John is back in St. Augustine, Florida, and he is puzzled because he knows we all live in California, but our friend Jim here has a Waffle House shirt on.
Well, don't give it all away. Let's let the PGA professional do this. This is professional to professional courtesy here. Take us amateurs out of the loop.
Hey, I'm watching the show from St. Augustine, Florida. I think your show's based in California. There's no Waffle Houses in California. Jimbo, what are you doing wearing a Waffle House shirt? Love your Tyler's hat, though.
Rob Weber and another buddy of mine, we frequent the Waffle House. We went back last summer in South Carolina and saw my son's team. He works for the Greenville Drive, the A team for the Boston Red Sox, and we spent a few days at the Waffle House in the mornings. Just so I want to support the Waffle House. Smothered and covered, baby. That's all I got to say.
And John, the Waffle House, we actually have them in Arizona. So
are they?
It's not as long of a drive as you might think. But yes, I've been with friends when their car was stolen from a Waffle House. So I have lots of good Waffle House memories.
Mr. Haverkamp and I have been to one too.
Oh yes.
We were in Mississippi. I think we went to one. Oh, Olive Branch, Mississippi, right across the street from the hotel. About a wedge out.
I mean, let's be honest. It's the same great food everywhere.
It is.
Yeah.
All right, Marty, you got one?
Yeah, it was rolling into Nashville, Tennessee at 2:00 in the morning, and gee, you just wanted something to eat before you turned in, and there it was, right across the road. So it's perfect. Yeah,
always open.
Yeah. Hey, you in your job, I'm sure you've ran into a lot of people, players, umpires, general managers, whatever, and who surprised you? I do it in a positive light that you had you've heard about this player with a reputation. The umpire is a little surly, but who made an impression on you?
And
why?
A good impression.
Yeah.
A positive. Yeah, right. I said so. Okay. Yeah.
Besides Nathaniel Lowe, we already
Well, it is Kevin Cash. Kevin Cash is the most personal guy. He's just the nicest guy. I talked to him, before the game. Excuse me. And then during the game, I'm sitting kind of by him, goes, how's it going? Like, oh my God, you got a Major League Baseball game and you just want to say hi. Wow. They're nice guy. And then Matt Quattaro for the Kansas City Royals, another good guy. They were together when they were in Tampa together, and they would just come over and chat between innings. That was cool. They're just nice guys, personal guys. And it was just made me feel like a good baseball fan. I really enjoyed that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You hear that kind of stupid stuff what they say. I mean, there's no tobacco. It's just enjoyable. And some guys have their quirks. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday up in Sacramento, I had the Yankees game, and I walked by Bob Boone, and between the innings, I have to do something. And before the game, I saw that because I knew he was going to be in the show today, and so I just in my head think of things. But he had 2 baseballs, 2 bottles of water, and he had this pack of seeds in a certain place all 3 games. Okay. I was going to try and remember the seed. It was hot and spicy. Like there's some wild seeds out there. There's KC barbecue seeds. There's dill pickle seeds.
Yeah.
I went, holy cow, this is endless. Like I couldn't eat any of this stuff. This stuff, dill pickle, sunflower seeds, really? Some ball players have. I'm kind of getting off the beaten path here, but some ball players have certain water they drink, like those green bottles. They probably sell them at Trader Joe's. but they don't have them at Walmart here. I've already looked. There's some kind of green bottle from Philadelphia or some kind. I can't remember. It's a green glass bottle, and the guys would wrap tape around it and have their initials and then their numbers. Like this is, Schwarber, whatever his number was. It's like this is weird. But anyway, back to the nice guys, nicest guys, man. I enjoy, you know, and they do a lot of rah rah. Come on, guys, we're down by 2. Let's go. We can do it. Let's go. You know, just like
Yeah.
good old Little League, high school, college.
Yeah.
And that's that. That if that makes sense.
Sure. Yeah. I said I've had an opportunity to work for the Aces here, and our little break area is right next to the visitors clubhouse.
Uh-huh.
And they're down on it's during the game and they're down on the field, but every once in a while someone will pop up and take a look at it and say, "What you guys doing? What you doing over there?"
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I said, "Yeah, well, hey, what are you doing up here?" "Well, I got to get this, and I got it. Coach wants me to do this." And
Yeah.
you're right; they're very personable. It's
Yeah.
it's really kind of cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I have no problem talking. I talked to Bonds last season. He was the hitting coach. He's not the hitting coach. It was last season, and we're talking, and Ed Montague, the umpire, old umpire, told me I like barbecuing meats and smoking meats. Like you guys know, I travel around the United States to do that stuff in the off season. But I walked up to Bonds. He was standing by himself in the dugout, and I was walking by. I said, "Hey, I was talking to Ed Montague, and I hear you like smoking meats and barbecuing." What? Yeah. And then we talked for like 5 minutes. We talked about different how we do our baby backs and our tri-tips and briskets and what's that, And I said, "Really?" He goes, "Now you do all this stuff?" I said, "Yeah, I do all this stuff too. What kind of smoker you got?" He couldn't name a smoker, but he had a smoker. Whatever. I got 4 smokers. I can name all my smokers what I have and stuff. But it was a good chat. He was a good guy. Just talking and just me and him talking about smoking meats, not baseball. I think he liked that a whole lot.
Oh yeah. I
Great.
know they appreciate that.
Well, you've been doing this a long time.
Yeah.
You have guys starting to recognize you, like, "Hey, man, good to see you again."
Yeah. Players. I mean, players.
Players are I mean, umpires too,
Um,
for that matter.
umpires. Bill Miller recognized me when we're in San Francisco. He comes out. "Oh, hey, how you doing?" Shakes my hand. Just that kind of stuff.
Right.
Umpires. Nah, not really. Just Bill Miller. He's the number one 20-year vet, union representative. He's high up the food chain. That's for sure. Good guy. Nice. He's from Santa Cruz,
Excellent.
California.
Oh,
So he has a lot of family
Cool.
come into the games up in San Francisco. Players.
Hey,
Go ahead. Sorry.
let me do a pitch here for Mic'd Up, and then we'll give you one last couple of questions, and we'll wrap up our hour. You've been great, Jim. So you are, of course, watching us on the Mic'd Up app, and if you would like to leave a question or comment for Jim, you just hit the microphone at the bottom of the screen, and you've got 30 seconds to recite your question or comment, and we'll see it on our screens and play it in for Jim if we like it. Mic'd Up is doing a lot of proof of concept shows as they try to sell into professional and collegiate sports. And one of the guys that is a host just asked us a question, and that's John Rieger. John Rieger is a PGA pro, and for the longest time, he only had one show on the platform. It was called the Florida Sports Hall of Fame, and he would have people that were in the hall on the show, like Wade Boggs and Jan Stevenson, and it was fun to watch those interviews. But now, John has as many as 3, maybe 4 shows on the
wow.
Mic'd Up app. One of them is the Warrior Podcast, our podcast. That's PAWD, because it's about helping awareness for service dogs through sports. So there's a lot of shows that are on the podcast. And then there's John's On the Tee show, which highlights golf tournaments in the Florida area and upcoming PGA events that he can spotlight. Lots of great guests. People come onto the show that give you some background into the game, like authors and caddies, as well as professional golfers. John is a great interviewer. So if you catch any of his shows in the app, that you would see them in the upcoming within the app. And of course, every show that he's ever done is in the archive. So take a look there. Okay. All right. Let's wrap things up with Jim. Marty, you got something for Jim?
It's
No?
kind of, maybe yes, I do, but it's kind of crazy. Do you have an opportunity? Do you have the opportunity when the call gets back to New Jersey and they're discussing the play? Do you have an opportunity to listen in?
Yes, I do.
Has there now? And again, I'm not. If we can be just as generic as that, because I don't want to get into specifics at all. Do the umpires ever dispute or want clarification because they saw it this way and now it's coming back maybe different? Do they have any discussion of what might
what happened?
or are they pretty much just obligated to go with what comes back from New Jersey?
New Jersey, 100%.
Okay.
I'll tell you why. Because you guys see it on TV. You see frame by frame the second. It's down frame by frame by frame by frame. And did he get it? Did he get his pant leg? And we can't see it. It's like it's that fast. So it's done. There's no ifs, ands, or buts.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Did I clarify
but these
that?
guys have to be able to be, because I've talked to many major league umpires.
Mm-hmm.
And this is not something that any Joe Blow can do. These guys are years and years of experience, years and years of testing and analysis and being analyzed. So these guys know what they're doing.
Yeah.
But okay, I'm a little surprised by that, but that's all right. Wait, that's the way it is. Okay.
Yeah. On the same note, I was talking to somebody Saturday, Sunday, one of the announcers, and I said, "What's your take on the ABS thing? You like it, good, bad, or ugly?" He goes, "I like it, but I'd like to see one more challenge instead of two. Have three instead of two."
Okay.
That's the only thing. What that means is that, well, you know what it means, but ABS is our batting average up, down, different. They're probably the same, but the ABS is, excuse me, they want more runners on base for more offense, more runs, that kind of thing. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he said. That's what the ABS is about, pretty much. We're getting it clear, getting it right, but they want one more challenge.
Okay.
Speaking of challenge, I was talking to somebody in San Francisco, and I'm not going to mention the team, but someone says this team out in the bullpen, and says, "Hey, do you guys do the pitchers?" And he says, "Our manager says he didn't want us to do this. He didn't feel that we would see the ball as good as a catcher or batter would, vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't want pitchers to do that." I said, "No, that makes sense. I didn't really, because out there was your pitch, and you could really see that was a strike. I know it was, but it might be off by that much, as we've seen on TV before, just a fraction."
Yeah.
So that was kind of different perspective from a pitcher. Like, how many times have you seen a pitcher do this year? Not too many, have we?
No.
Yeah. So that was a pretty interesting, statement there.
Cool. Robbie, you got one?
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad you brought up the ABS, because that was kind of leading right into what I want to talk about. The so far, I mean, personally, I think the ABS has shown how good most of the umpires really are at the ball and strike. I think they were a little concerned, and you correct me if I'm wrong. I think some of the umpires were concerned that it would make them look bad, but I think if anything, it's actually making them look how really good they are.
How good they are. I agree. 100%. I agree.
Absolutely.
100%.
You may not be able to comment on this, but I think my favorite part about the ABS is that it's quick. They call a challenge. There's no delay. You have to call a challenge within a second or two.
Yeah.
They show it, boom, it's on the screen,
Done.
It's over. The replay, when they go back to Jersey, which is funny because they always say New York, because I guess they don't want to say Jersey, but apparently they're going to Jersey. Forget about it. Anyway, when they go back to Jersey, we know at home, sometimes minutes before the announcement comes back. And I mean, obviously you can't comment on that. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. But from where we sit, the ABS is such a success because it's so quick. They always, I mean, the manager says, "Hey, wait, let me look," and somebody watches video for the team, and then they decide, "Oh, let's challenge," and then it just seems like it takes forever for a sport that they want to speed up.
Yeah. The ABS. Back to what you made a good point. How good the umpires are. He missed it by that much. A fraction. It was a ball to a strike or strike to ball. He missed it by just 0.08. That's how
Right.
good they are.
Yeah.
At 60 feet 6 inches with a ball coming in at 97 miles an hour.
Right.
And all that movement on it. Like, my God, we got behind. It looks good to me. Strike. It might have been 2 balls off the plate, but we it just so fast.
Right.
Yeah.
That just when I
That's a
see the
great point
replay.
too. That's a great point too, because when the umpires miss, it's by a fraction.
Yeah.
When the hitters, the catchers, and the pitchers miss, it's by like 2 inches.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah,
full
yeah,
baseball.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And that just shows how good those umpires, their eyes are to see that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And speaking of that, I don't know if you know that, but all players at the beginning of the season get measured heights
Yeah.
for the ABS. Because you're not going to have Altuve versus a Judge 6'6" to 5'8".
Right.
Different strike zones. So it's every player gets measured. I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah, I'd heard something along those lines. But yeah. If you could
Okay, I
just
got
make
one
them
for
speed
you,
up
Jim.
the regular challenges, that'd be great.
I'll work on that.
Make a call
Yeah.
and tell them Bobby from the
Yeah.
Highlights from
Yeah.
Lowlife
That
show
call now.
Yeah,
needs
yeah,
this to move
yeah.
along.
Yeah.
yeah.
Hey,
Yeah. Robbie's
Jim.
bored. Robbie's bored.
I remember when I moved out to California in the mid 70s, there was a couple of guys you would see in batting practice where the sound off the bat was different than everybody else. The 2 guys I remember were Dave Kingman and Jack Clark. When they hit a ball square, it made a sound that no other player was coming close to. You talked a little bit about a couple of players that you've witnessed who have that same kind of different sound when the ball comes off the bat. Who are those guys, and what was that like?
2 guys, Mike Trout and Albert Pujols.
Uh-huh.
The sound is like so pure. Just a sound of that. Like, you didn't have to know who's, you're not. I don't watch everybody do batting practice, but I'll be talking to somebody, this and that, and you hear that sound, and you, what the hell was that? And you turn around, it was Pujols, and that guy was just effortlessly crushing him over left field fence in Oakland during batting practice. Incredible sound. And then Trout would do the same thing. It's just good ball players, pure, hitting the ball pure with a bat, and just the crack is incredible,
Very
And
cool,
also
very
on the same lines of what you said, but there's some guys that like take infield, and watching on TV and watching them at the stadium is 2 different things. Like, you didn't realize how strong so and so's arm is. My God, during like a regular practice infield, before the game, that guy just hummed one over to first base like it was no big deal from the middle of shorts, from the hole almost.
Yeah.
That's it. That just and they walk by you and they're like 6'1" with just regular physique. Bulging arms and this and that. It's like, wow, just a very agile, good athlete, ball player.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's the throw that the rest of us would have to wind up and take some running steps to get.
Yeah, probably hence the term 4 crow hops and let it rip, right?
All right, hey guys, we're running up against our hour. You got anything else for Jim?
No, but thanks for coming on, Jim. This is great insight. It was a lot of fun. Thank you.
It was. You got my number. Call me if you want questions. Let me know at the stadiums. I might be working. Swing by and say hi before the game.
Yeah.
Love to.
You got
Yeah,
it.
great.
You got it.
Yeah.
And I told Jim we'd have him on again. Sometime in the near future, the micdup app will allow us to show photos and video, and it would be fun to share some of this stuff, the pictures that Jim has taken and the video that he's taken. So,
I'll tell you what I took. It's a lot. I'll never get rid of it. It's a video I took. I think it was the last couple of days of the Coliseum, from when I walked in all the way down the field, this and that, and just like, there's the open Coliseum field. I've showed some guys go, that's a great little 45, 50-second video. Like, my gosh, that is so cool. I just did it on the whim, total fly, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd like to come on again.
Cool.
I'll come on again.
Yeah,
Show
we'll have you on again, and
Sure.
maybe
Yeah.
if you're lucky, we'll have you on at the same time.
Not with my son. Not with Philip. Not with Philip. No, not with my
Oh,
son.
you don't want to do a show with Philip? Okay.
Sure. I do it with him.
Do that.
Sure.
There goes
I
our
do it with him.
ratings. There goes our
Yeah.
ratings.
Yeah. No, I'd do it with Philip in a heartbeat. You guys know that.
All right. Well, thank you, Jim. Thank you, micdup. Thank you, Almanac. And thank you, listeners, especially you, Mr. Haverkamp. It's great to have you call in after all of this time.
Chachi.
All right, Robbie, play us out.
All right. Smoke me up some beef jerky there too, big fella.
You got it, brother.
There you go.
Highlights from Lowlifes.
Have a good night, everyone.
See you, boys.
Thanks,
Take care.
Jimbo. Oh yeah, bail before the show's over.